Hi, in this video we're going to understand joining, sorting, grouping data. We'll take one example also, transaction example, and then we're going to discuss about the subtract by key. So basically subtract by key we use it to remove the uncolumn values between the two tables. Okay, so basically it will remove the second key from the second not present in the one while joining the data. So key from second not present in one. Okay, so key from the second not present in one, right? So let's take an example of the transaction quickly. So this is the transaction file which we are going to share it with you in the description, and this is a transaction file. The data looks something like you have the date. Okay, here it's not the proper data, maybe in the previous video I've shown you. So this is the date, then we have the user id product user id and the product id and the quantity it bought, okay, and the price, right? So I read it, I split the data using the hash, okay, and this trend will contain the array of the data, okay. So I made it a key and a value pair using the map. So key will be my user id, which is 51, and the tran is the data, okay, array of data having all the values, okay. So quickly, if I do the aggregate by key, so I know my key is the user id, and I list all the data of the product id, okay. So I'll join the um so I'll join all the product ids, which is 3, okay, specific to the key. Here the key is the user id, so user id will have all the list of product ids, okay. So here you can see, if I do the aggregated by key, aggregate by key means with 34 I have all these product ids, okay, which is tran 3. So you just know the don't confuse with the syntax, okay, just know the purpose, what it will going to do. So you know the keys, right? Key is your user id, and you know the product ids, right, which start with 3, okay. So it will list all the product ids. Then again we'll see there's a fill function which tell you how many items you need, and the source of the item is this, okay. And similarly gloom, I have told you, right? So gloom is nothing but your, it will remove the partitioners, okay, and it will give you an array of data, which is this array of data, okay, array of data. So this is the first partition data, this is the second partition data, similarly. So now here what you're going to do is trans by product ids, okay. So this is the same as we have done with the user id, now we are doing it with the product id. So 68 is the product id, and it has all the data, okay, of the transaction. And similarly what I'm doing is I'm doing it with the um, total by product, okay. So this is your product id, correct, this is your trans by product. So this is your product id, trans by product is your product id. And so now you have the product ids, and this is your price. So first you'll map all the so what it will going to do is, so for 34 it will list down all the prices, okay. And then you will do the reduce by key, so it will reduce, what it will do is it will join all the items together. So 34 will have the exact price, okay, of all the items. Now similarly we have the product table also, okay. So we have the product table also. So I have created a map, okay, this is the product id and this is the whole array of the product ids, okay, whole array of the product. And now what I'm going to do is I can join two tables, product total by product. The key here is, you know, right, the key here is the product id, and for the product, it's the product ID. So we have the same keys but with a different data. So now if we do the join, the result will be 34 is the product ID, this is the price, and this is the whole array of the product after joining, right? So this is the product ID which is same across all the table, and this is the combined data price along with the product so this one is coming from the total by product table, and this is coming from the product table, okay, with the same key. Now we will move for ahead, and let's say if I want to do what are the list of products that the company didn't sell. Okay, so what are the list of products that we don't have, that we didn't sell. Okay, so that means what are the products that does not have the user ID. Okay, in short sense. So what will, so there's one method is if we do the right outer join. So right outer join is total by product. Okay, so with the product key we don't have the total, we don't have the price. Okay, so this is total by product. So we don't have the price for the list of products. Okay, so what we will going to do is here, let's say we have the map, and how we process the map is this is the data of the map key and value, right? Second is the value dot, first value is, because we have the array, so first value is the price. Okay, price of the, see this is the data. Okay, second value plus underscore 1, so this is 34. So does not has the product ID is equal to none. So if we found this data, we will show it. Okay, and similarly, so instead of using it, this is the first way. Second thing is, second way to find the uncommon data. Okay, uncommon keys is subtract by key, right? So if in the one table, if it does not find the data of the other table, it will going to print this. Okay, similarly here. Similarly, if we don't want to do a join, there is an alternate way to do the co-group. Okay, so we'll do the co-group, and it will easily list out the data, do the filtering also, everything. Okay, and so here the other thing is intersection. Okay, so similarly the product by key is, the third alternative is the intersection. Okay, then in the next video we'll going to see about the compare. Thank you.